Okay, we are live. Just trying to see everything's going good, trying to make sure I'm up. Alrighty, Facebook is good. And Instagram. Alrighty. So, welcome to the live, everyone. And so, for those of you guys who are coming on, where are you guys from? Put down in the comment section where you guys are viewing from. I want to see what countries you guys are from. I see a bunch of people are joining the live right now. Hello, Ruma. Okay, for all you, and again, for all you guys joining in, just comment down below. Where are you guys from? I wanna hear where you guys are from. One second, just making sure Instagram is looking right. Okay. So let's get started. So for everyone looking in on the live, so for today's class, I want to talk about building your online business with social media. So I'm just gonna write that down. Building online business, if you guys can see. Just gotta do biz for short with social. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So this is really important. So I'm going to talk to you guys how to build an online business with social media, and one that can make you not just, as some people, when they get started on social, just from being monetized, they might make a couple dollars. I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can start an online business that can make you guys $900 a day here. So we're not talking about, getting a million views on TikTok, and the next you walk away with like a couple bucks. We're talking about making serious life-changing income that really changes the bills and makes it all worth it at the end of the day. And one of the things I just want to quickly just explain what social. So because when I talk about social, some of you guys might be listening to me and think like, oh man, social's a lot of work or something like that. And what really surprises me is you guys, or oftentimes people, are a lot more willing to spend more time at their job and make far less compared to an online business where you can make an investment in yourself and that continues to pay off for you. And so I'm just going to give a just kind of lay it all out for you, because when you make social media videos, you accumulate digital real estate. When you work a job, you get paid off whatever it is that they feel like you're worth, and that's the end of it. And so, like, I'm gonna give an example, because before I went to this life of affiliate marketing, made multiple six figures online, I was a software engineer. I was working in the corporate business. And what happened was, when I was working in the corporate space, they paid me a hefty salary, but it was really a small portion of the money that's to be made, because in software, that continually provides value over time. People will pay month after month for the software. And so I did the work for the company to create the software, so this customer of the company could have whatever service they want, that they could have whatever service automated, and then they'll pay the company, 10K every month, several thousands of dollars every month to get the service done. And what I got left with is whatever I got for my paycheck. And so don't get me wrong, it was good. I was making six figures at the time, and it was great. But what happened was, six figures couldn't keep up with inflation, unfortunately. And so the cost of living went up, gas prices went up, groceries, we've all been through it for the past few years. There's been a lot of inflation in the country. And when I was in my job and was making six figures, I thought that meant that my life should have been all set, in a sense. Because I was always told, like, hey, you know, when you grow up, here's what you're gonna want to do. You're gonna want to go to school, get a good degree, and that'll get you a good job, and you'll live a very good life. You'll live a life where you won't have a lot of financial problems. That's what a lot of my family members told me, and that's what they believe because of their own experience. A lot of them would share with me that they went through a lot of financial difficulty because they didn't get a degree. And they're like, oh, because I didn't get a degree, now I'm just stuck with a low paying job. And so I went the route. I went through schooling. I got that good job. I made six figures. But then the problem was that I couldn't really give myself a paycheck. Like not give myself a paycheck. I couldn't give myself a pay raise. So as my bills went up, my pay increase wasn't keeping up. It just wasn't keeping up with inflation. It just wasn't cutting it. Because anytime I would get a raise of some sort, a pay increase, there just had to be some other random disaster going on in the country. And now all of a sudden my pay it went from top of the line great to not as great anymore. And so I found myself in a place where I worked my butt off for a raise. And then I was told by my boss that, like, hey, your last raise was a good jump in pay. And now typically people in your position stay in there for 1 to 3 years before their next promotion. And so I granted, by the time I got that promotion, I was still behind. I didn't get ahead because of my promotion because inflation was just through the roof. And so I found myself in a place where I realized if I want to get financially ahead, it just can't be through my job. And it's not that I didn't like my job. I liked what I did, but it's because at the end of the day, I'm getting the short end of the stick. And so they paid me what they felt I was worth, but it wasn't based on how much money they were really making at the end of the day. When I worked for a software company and made, because I did like health automation softwares, and it would provide much value to a company, and that company continues to pay that company, pays the company I was working for. I don't make an extra penny from that. And it's like that for any job you work in. For what you provide, for what you give your time for, and what your job gives you, for every dollar they give you, that company's probably making $100 or $200, depending on how well the company is. Just giving an example to really paint the picture as well, because some of you guys might not understand the example, like software. So I'll give a very literal example. I remember one time I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, and right across the street was a D'Angelo's, or it was the same building. And I noticed that some people would make trades. They would trade sandwiches for coffees and Dunkin' Donuts stuff. And so my thoughts are like, okay, I'm going to make some trades too. I like D'Angelo's. This is great. And so I tried for a trade, and my trade failed, probably because of who I was talking to. I was talking to the supervisor. I was trying to make a trade with him. And just here's the thing that happened. I tried to make the trade, and he kind of scoffed a little. He was saying something along the lines like, that piece of coffee you made just took like 13 cents to make. Like what I do provides much more value. That's what he was telling me. And I'm trying to bargain for him to get a sandwich. And I failed miserably. And so these same coffees that I thought, like, because they were being sold for like, $3 to $7. He was telling me, that coffee only took 13 cents to make. 13 cents. And so that means for the 100 or so coffees I make during that hour, and not including other things like, sandwiches, for those 100 coffees, that Dunkin' Donuts made $300 to like $700. And what did I get paid for that? For my time, when I made the company, $300 to $700 with coffee. Granted, I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, so I was getting paid minimum wage. I got paid $15, but they were making much more money in the end. It's the same thing for your job right now. Whatever job you're working for, whatever amount you're begging your boss for a pay raise, just know there's plenty of money on the table, but you're getting the short end of the stick. And so that's what happens when you work a job. you get paid whatever they feel like you're worth, and then you'll never make another dime from it. But it's a very different thing when you're a business owner, because now you're the one who's getting paid. And then the next thing is, for what you do that continually provides value, you keep getting passive income from it. Because like, remember, I was telling you guys I was working in software. When you make a software, it keeps running. It's not meant to be like you made a worker, right? Like you hired a worker and one day the worker gets sick and has to take a day off or quits. Software runs forever. And so that company was continuously getting value for my work, getting paid for things I produced, but I didn't see an additional cent. With social media, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing because every video you make claims a space on the web that can keep making you money over time if you just understand exactly how to monetize from it. And so if you can understand how to put social media videos out so you can have your space on the web and it continually makes you money, then now you're developing passive income. Your work, like you go to a job, you work 8 hours a day, you might work overtime, you might work 16 hours a day sometimes, deadlines, and you get paid whatever. They might give you a raise, they might not. And if they don't, then it's unfortunately that sucks, but you don't have control over that. You can't just walk up to your boss and say like, hey, I feel like I deserve more money because the work I do provides a lot of value to the company. Your boss has the liberty to laugh in your face. Your boss can say no. Your boss can say anything. And your boss could lie to you as well. Your boss could say it's not in the budget when it is in the budget. It's just he got the pay raise. I remember trying to get my first pay raise. And there was all these like talks of like why it wasn't a good time. And what happened was a lot of people in my team, they didn't get a pay raise, but they hired a lot of like new high level positions within the company. And then we knew that's where all the money went. That's why there wasn't any room in the budget for it. And so it's the same thing here. You can't just give yourself a pay raise, but for online business, you can. And you can't just get asked to demand your job for passive income. Like, oh, I made this software or I made this. It's still providing value to the company. I should get a cut. You can't do that. But with social media, you can get passive income. You can get a cut. And so for every video you make can bring in traffic to your business, can bring in more and more sales. And so at the end of the day, you don't want a circumstance where your income relies off of you just working endlessly. And then if you don't work, you don't get any pay. So if it's like, oh, if you have a sick day, maybe unfortunately this year you didn't get COVID once, you got COVID twice. That sucks. But I know that feels. I've gotten COVID many times. You ran out of sick days. Now you don't get paid, right? That's terrible. And so with social media, that video you posted works for you forever. If that video gets 100 more views, 1,000 more views, it's not because you put in extra work. You did the work. You did the work one time to actually post the video. And now that video continually gives you a benefit at the end of the day. And here's how you make it really work for you in the long run. Because we're not looking for you to have or personally for yourself. Like for myself, when I was looking into online business, I was looking for another way to earn income without actually having to like lose the rest of my time. So I already knew about things like Uber and other like short-term side hustles, but I didn't want a circumstance where I just have to work more to make it work out. I wanted a circumstance where I could eventually have freedom. And that's what an online business can eventually give you freedom. And so when you have your online business, you want to first create content. And after you create your content, all right, I just want to make sure you guys can see this. You want to create your content, and then afterwards, you're going to create automation. And so, the reason why a lot of people might fail with their online business is they don't have the automations to make their business run, whether they're free or not. That is the big determining factor here. There are some people, they're doing their online business, but they're doing everything by hand. So they don't actually have a business, they have another job. If you want a business, it needs to get to a place where it can eventually be hands off. And you can get there faster through automation. So you don't have to talk to a bunch of people to get leads. That you don't have to, send endless DMs. And if one day you just feel sick or sleep in, all of a sudden, oh no, there's no traffic. No, you want to set up automations. So all the traffic coming in from your content will go through the process with or without your help. And so this way, this is how you can actually make money in your sleep, because you created automations that keep going. And the last thing is they go to your automation, which leads them to your product. Now I'm going to go in depth to explain each of these things. But now once they make it to your product, then they can make a purchase. So traffic is to get people through the door. This is important in any business. No business is making money without traffic. It doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world. If no one knows about it, then what can be done, right? Like if they open up a McDonald's in a portion of town and no one knows where that McDonald's is, no one knows how to find it, no one can even find it on the GPS, then they can't make money if no one can find them. You need traffic, you need people coming in, and you're going to do that with content. Now, then you have automations, right? This is about fulfillment. If you have a McDonald's, if you have no workers, if you can't actually serve your customers, then you can't make money either. If a McDonald's has 1,000 people trying to go through the door and there's only one person on shift that can't help them all, then what's going to happen? That McDonald's is going to miss a lot of sales. It's going to miss a lot of money. It's missing a huge opportunity. That's why you want automation. You don't want a circumstance where it relies only off you to get the ball rolling. With automation, the ball can keep rolling. And then with your product, now, what I generally recommend is going with a digital product at the end of the day rather than a physical one. Some people think of digital marketing, affiliate marketing, and they think of only doing that with physical products. They think of trying to, like you see like those YouTube videos with those makeup tutorials. When they think of affiliate marketing, they think of that. Or they think of when like some celebrity wears some shirt or does like some ad promo where they're like, oh man, this perfume is the best perfume ever, or this brand of shoe is going to make me jump 2 feet higher than before, and that's why I make all my shots. That's what most people think of when it comes to affiliate marketing. They think of physical products. Now, what they don't understand is that only works for that celebrity because they have an audience. They already have a large pre-existing audience where they have the numbers to make anything work. And so I want you to think about it like this. If you were going to sell a physical product, I want you to realize that you're going to make lower profit margins. So you might sell something for $100 and maybe you make $10 from it. I'm just giving an example. If you try like Amazon, a lot of people talk about Amazon affiliate marketing. What they don't tell you is that the commission rates are really low, like 1 to 7%. For the sake of the calculation I'm about to do now, I'm just going to be very generous for you guys. So we have like easy math here. But if you're making $10 a commission, right? For you to make 10K, for you to make some pretty decent income, you're going to need 1,000 sales, 1,000 people every single month to make 10K. That's with a physical product with low profit margins. And technically, if let's just say, for example, that it's $100. Let's say the product was $100 and you're making a $10 commission. Then 1,000 times 100 is 100,000. So you moved $100,000 worth of product to only walk out with 10K. I want you to understand just how small of the piece of the pie you're getting. But the reason why it's like this is because that $100 product, let's just say it's like a TV, for example. Yeah, let's say it's a $100 TV. Let's say it's a cheap TV or a cheap monitor. That TV didn't just magically appear out of nowhere. It had to go to a factory. They had to manufacture the steel parts, the plastic, all the hardware, had to get like the latest chips or whatever chips are used in there. And that all costs money. It doesn't appear out of nowhere. And so even though it got sold for $100, maybe it already took $40 to make it. What's next? You have storage, right? Things don't just stay on the shelves and not take space. And so there's a cost to that, a monthly cost to that. You pay for storage. Now, if you're not paying it for directly, then the company's paying it. And that's why they give you a lower commission rate. So then there's storage. There's also shipping and handling. You gotta get that styrofoam, get that box, package it, and then send it off. Those cars don't move for free. Those delivery trucks don't move for free. And so because of that, you get a lot lower profit margins. So even though you move $10,000 worth of product of TVs and you only made 10K because there's only so much room left on the table to give. That's what happens if you work with a physical product. Now, you can remove all those costs if it's all digital now. So whether it's like an online course, whatever it is, I'm going to show you a program at the end of this. That's another digital product that can help you to make $900 a day with 100% profit margins because it's digital. It's not physical. And because it's digital, this is why you're able to make much more for what you're selling. And so if we take a look at this, what would happen if we went from a physical product to a digital product? If you get your hands on the right product, you can have 100% profit margins. So I'm just giving you an example. Let's say for $100, instead of needing $100 in sales, not $100 sales, 100 sales. Well, not, I'm gonna repeat that. Instead of needing 1,000 sales like before, now you just need 100. That's a lot easier. Now, what's the next thing? What if you promote a digital product that's high ticket, that has a higher cost? Let's say it's $900, for example. If you wanted to make 10K now, instead of needing 1,000 sales like last time, you just need 12. That's not bad. That's reasonable at the end of the day. Now, some of you guys might be listening and think that, oh, maybe social is like saturated. But I can guarantee you that no, social isn't saturated. There's plenty of people on social. If you want to just visualize it for a second, there's 5 billion people on social media. 5 billion people. Do you know how many football stadiums that might be? That's a lot of football stadiums. If you can think of how many people you know, or even people who are close to you, or people at your job, maybe you can only think about 100 people. We're talking about 5 billion people here. Think of, I just want to make a comparison so you can kind of get how big this number is. If you go to a beach and you see a grain of sand amongst all the other grains of sands, that one little grain of sand, that's like that one out of like 5 billion people. You just need 12. That's all you need. 12 a month, and then you can make some pretty serious income. And now, I do want to show you something else as well. And so I'm telling you about this. I'm telling you that social isn't saturated. And I'm sure while I'm explaining this to some of you guys are thinking that, oh, well, that's just what you say, but it's saturated anyway. Yeah. But I want to challenge that belief. I want to show you that it's actually a limiting belief for you. Because if it really is saturated, that you can't make money, if you're telling me right now that you can't make money because it's too saturated, then it should be the same for everyone else. No one else should be able to make money because it's too saturated. If it's a real excuse that conveys that you cannot succeed because of this, then it has to be true for everyone else. If not, then this is just a belief that you chose to put on yourself, and that will keep you in the same place. And so I just want to show you something really quickly here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you a look into our school community. 1 second. Share the screen. Alrighty, I pressed the share button here. And so this is a look into our school community here. So I just want to show you all these other people on social too. Because if it's really is true that you cannot succeed because social media is so saturated, then what I'm about to show you shouldn't exist. So we're scrolling down here. Winning Wednesday, first CTA on TikTok, $100 ding. This was 30 minutes ago. And I want to do something to really show you what I'm saying here is true. I'm going to actually refresh the screen. Because nowadays, a lot of people do inspect element, adjust the social proof. And so it's really hard to believe what you see online. And I understand that. But I want to give you guys a little comfort here, so you guys can know that what you're seeing is actually true. So I just refreshed the screen here. So whatever's here is whatever's meant to come out of the website. Filter it, sort it by newest posts. I'm going to zoom in now. So winning Wednesday, first CTA, $100 ding. Exactly what I just told you here. We're going to keep scrolling. More people winning. My first sale, $100, $100 ding. $38,000 since June 14th. Keep scrolling down. Wins. Ding ding, second sale. Crazy create content. Winning. Client wins. First live. And we're not very far here. If you look right here, this is 4 hours. 4 hours. First sale. This says 4 hours ago. I'm showing you the most recent results in the last 4 hours. And we're going to keep scrolling. We're going to see more people winning. Changed 3 families' lives in 24 hours. $300 sales. All right, go to the next page. What I showed you right there before was just page 1. Go into page 2. All set up, wins. Another $900 day. A $1,700 morning from Darrell here. 6 hours ago. This was 6 hours ago. $100. And it just keeps going. There's literally so many people winning here that I can't even have my live long enough for you guys for this. I'm streaming onto multiple platforms right now. If you're viewing this from Instagram, what's really crazy is Instagram Live only lets me do this for an hour. That's how long I get to spend with you guys. Now, if you're looking at it for YouTube or other places, then there's different rules. But from Instagram, I only get an hour. And if we look here, just to see how many people are winning, this is the second page of 424 pages here, guys. That's a lot of people who are winning on social media. That's an unbelievable amount of people. And a lot of people are going to be on the other side of the screen, and they sit there and think when other people are winning that, oh man, I can't win because social media is so saturated. But as you can see here, there are tons and tons of people who are winning. Scrolling back up, this is the third page. Win, $900 surprise. $1,800 in 2 days. First $900 sales. And this is just the recent results within the last 24 hours. We haven't even made it to the second day worth of results. I'm not showing you guys some old testimonial from 3 months ago and saying that, oh man, that's why you can win because this person won 3 months ago. No, this is 17 hours ago. 17 hours ago. Do you think that within the last 17 hours, suddenly social media became super saturated and now no one else can win? No, people are still winning right now. And they're doing it on social. They're doing it by making videos on social media that continually gets them views. And those views go into their automation and become sales. Grateful, $3,600 for July so far. $136 ding today. And it just keeps going. We got tons and tons of other pages here today. But I want to be respectful of your time. I want to be respectful of you guys' time here. I know you guys got plenty of things to do. So we're not going to go through all 424 pages. However, seeing all these people winning online, they're doing it with the exact blueprint I'm telling you guys about right now. They're making content. They're sending it to their automation. This is really important here. For your business, you don't want it to rely off of you hustling 24/7. Because if you have to rely off of hustling 24/7, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna get tired. And so maybe some of you guys might not believe me while I'm saying this, but think about it as like working overtime or working like Uber after your main job. Like how often can you do that before you get so tired that you're like, I just need to sleep in. I can't work anymore. My brain hurts. My brain actually hurts. I can't work a second shift today. And so if you have a business that relies only off hustle, just how you have like jobs, like side hustles that rely only off hustle, then you're going to burn out. It's going to happen at some point sooner or later. This is why it's very important that you want automations for your business. And so I'm going to map out what the automation is so you get a good idea of what it is that I'm talking about. And I'm also going to show you guys that automation. And so if we take a look here, the automation is very simple. You make your content, they go to the automation. They go to a landing page first. Super important, guys, because when you make a video or you see an ad, it's not the first time you see an ad that people buy, right? You see ads all the time. All the time. If you watch TV, there's all these commercials that go by you. You don't buy the first time you see it. But maybe after seeing it a couple times, you decide to buy. There are actually studies that show that it takes about 7 to 8 contact points for someone to make a buying decision. And that's because people don't just, most of the time, they don't just buy based on impulse. They buy based on a relationship. That company that keeps showing up with their commercials, they're building a relationship with you. You know, when you make your social media videos, you're building a relationship with your people. Now, to build a more intimate relationship, on your landing page, you don't want to just show them the offer because they might look at it and go and then never come back, right? So what you want to do is at this landing page, you want to collect their email. And this is really important because they might see your offer and buy right there, or they might see your offer and might not, but it's okay if they don't because now you have their email so you can build a relationship. The next thing is after they give their email, they're going to go to a video page. This is really important here. We want a business that's automated. This way you can have a 2-hour workday. You can do other things with your day. You don't have to miss everything. You don't have to miss your son's game. You don't have to miss out on precious family bonding time because you have to work 24/7 to get the ball rolling. That's not what we're looking for here. And so with your video page, that's going to do all the selling for you. So you don't have to be on 900 different sales calls to make the income you need. You send them all to this video page, and they make a decision from there. Saves you time. Next thing, after they go to the video page, they go to the offer page. So this where it shows them the offer, allows them to make a purchase. A lot of you guys might realize this as like the checkout page, for example, where they check out their cart. And so from here, if they decide to buy, then you make money. That's great. But remember what I told you earlier. There is the aspect of building a relationship. Some people, they're not going to buy at first glance, and that's okay. And the reason why that's okay, because I really want to put the right expectations for you, is we all do the same thing. And so the way I can describe it is, if you've ever tried asking out a girl, or if you're a girl trying to ask out a guy, if you just randomly walk up to a person and just say, hey, I think you're cool, can I have your number? The majority of the time, that's going to fail because there's no relationship built. Most people are going to say like, hey, I just met you, I'm not comfortable giving my number. Now, if you're a girl and you ask a guy, then you might have it a lot easier as well, because the guy will be flattered, most likely just take your number anyway. But in the case of make money online, or just any product that you're selling, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's if you're selling like supplements or like just TVs, for example, people kind of want a little bit of relationship there before they make a decision. And so what this is about is improving your rate of success by building a relationship. Because an approach that will more often get success is, instead of just going up to that person one time and asking for their number, if you meet up with them multiple times, well, now there's a relationship. The person actually knows your name now. And then if you ask for their number, then you're likely to get their number. They'll be like, yeah, sure. So that is where the success is, in building a relationship. And so what we can do here is we can send emails. And we keep sending more and more emails until they make a decision, until they buy. And so that's what you want for your business when you're running on social media. You want automations. You don't want to just have it a day where you get tons of views in and you can't serve everyone, because now you have to get on a bunch of sales calls and they're coming in faster than you're having sales calls. You don't want to be in the middle of a birthday party and then, oh yes, if a lead comes in, right? So you're in the middle of a birthday party, then now sales comes in. Well, not sales, leads come in, people that want information. You're like, oh, guys, sorry, I have to leave. I have to take this sales call. That's not what you want. You want an automation that can do that for you, so you can comfortably go out. You can comfortably do the things that you need to do. And so I'm going to take a little time to show you guys this automation so you guys can actually follow along. If you guys want to get started with a business, just like what I'm telling you guys right here, making content on social that keeps working for you, just spending very simply like 30 minutes to an hour a day, just making content, and content keep bringing in leads into your business. And with the automations to keep your business running, even if you're busy, I'm actually going to show you guys how you can get this done for you as well. You guys will need technical skills for this. So if you're in a place where like, oh man, Chris, you're telling me about landing page, video page, offer page, emails. That's a lot of work. I don't know how to do all that. Maybe it's above my pay grade. I'm not sure if I can do it. It's okay. You don't need to be sure about your ability to build these pages, because these pages are already built for you. These emails are actually made for you. All you need to do is just change a couple placeholders, and that's as good as it gets, guys. It doesn't get any better than just changing placeholders. And if you don't believe me, think about what you already do at your job. You show up at your job, you work 8 hours, you get paid, and then you never make any more money from whatever they paid you that one time. Once you set up your automation, that'll keep running day and night for you, holidays included. Your website isn't like an employee that needs to have a holiday off or might get sick and stop. No, you make this automation and it keeps serving your perfect customers to make more and more sales for you. And so if you like a setup like this, where you can create content and everything can be automated for you, so you can make $900 sales with 100% profit because you're working with a digital product here, then what I want you to do is just go to the website I'm about to show you now. And so it is legacybuildersroi.com. You're going to want to pay attention to what I'm typing in the comment section in real quickly. So legacybuildersroi.com. You want to make sure that you do this exact and include the HTTPS as well. So I'm just going to type this in here on the live channel. So just give me a quick second. I'm going to put this on Facebook. Alrighty, I put the link in there for you guys to follow along. And just know it's www.legacybuilders, ROI, R as in Ranger, O as in Omega, I as in Index.com. I'm going to share the screen so you guys can see the automation. Clicking share. So alrighty. So when you click on that link, it's going to take you to this website right here. This is what I'm telling you guys about. This is the automation. This is the landing page. And so the landing page piques curiosity here, but I don't tell them everything about the product. If they want to learn about the product, then they're going to have to click on this button here. And then they're going to provide in their details. Now I'm just going to provide something really quickly. So CP, no reply at affiliatex.com. And it's going to take them to the next page. Now this is the video page. It's loading, but this is where they're going to learn about the product here. So instead of you getting on a bunch of different sales calls and talking with tons of different people, they can just go to this page, and then what will happen is they'll watch the video, and when they watch the video, they get a good idea what this is about and can make an educated decision from there. So with this, you don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to spend your time convincing someone, trying to sell them or anything like that. You're just sending them a link or having them go to the link. And then with that, you're going to take a look at the information. I'm sorry, guys, just a little bit of technical difficulties here. For some reason, that page isn't loading. I'm going to see if I can get it to load for you guys. All right, no worries. I know what the next page should be anyway, so I'll just bring you guys to it. Next thing, they go over here, go to this page. There's a welcome video. I recommend that you watch the video. Now with this page over here, there's going to be a video that shows up. You're going to press play. And then once you reach the end of the webinar or to a particular point, then what's going to happen is the button is going to show up for you to go to the next page. If you want to click on it, it's going to take you to this page here. There's this video over here. And now you're going to want to watch that video. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they tend to kind of skip through everything. They just try to skim over the information, just show me the goods. Now, I recommend that you don't follow that path just because when you just skim over everything really quickly, sometimes you miss some really important pieces of information that can cause you to fail in the long run. And so I do recommend you take the time to really understand what it is that you're purchasing. You're going to click here. It's going to take you to another video. And I recommend that you watch it as well. When you're done, you click here to get started. And so this is going to take you to what I was telling you guys about, the offer page. And on the offer page, there are some details about the product, what they're receiving now. And then what you want to do is click, yes, get access to Legacy Builders program now. And after you click on that, what's it going to do is going to take you over to the offer page now. And so, well, the checkout page. You see the option here to make a purchase for $900 for the program. Now, there are different programs, well, different income streams, different price points within the program to join at. And it's really up to you what package you go for, what fits in alongside with your goals. But what my recommendation is that you do go for the $900 product. And the reason why I say that is because when you are getting sales coming into your business, you want the biggest opportunity for success. And so you wouldn't want to miss out on, like, let's say you go for the $100 package. You wouldn't want to miss out on a $900 sale because people are going to buy on what fits their needs. The same way you are buying right now for what fits your needs, other people are going to buy what fits their needs. And so if they go for a $900 package and then you didn't buy the resale rights to that, then you just miss out on a $900 sale. And so it's my recommendation that you do go for the highest package so you have the highest earning potential and you don't miss out on potential sales. And so just to really paint the picture here, if you join at a $300 package and you make a $300 sale a day, 300 times 365, that's about 6 figures. Now that's great. That's actually really great. To make 6 figures on top of your current income, that's life-changing for most people. For most people, making 6 figures is exactly what they're looking for. But now imagine, instead of making 600 a day, 300 a day, making 600 a day. That's like making 200K a year. That's a phenomenal difference. And then if you go for a $900 package, instead of making $600 a day and 200K, your earning potential goes to 300K in 1 year. That is phenomenal. That is amazing. Because even to retire, you on average, you need about like $1 million. You could retire within a couple years if you're making $900 a day. And so my recommendation is you do go for that high level package so you can earn as much as you need to, as much as you can, so you can meet your goals and to really keep up with how the economy is changing now. Because, back then, a couple years back, making 6 figures, that was it. If you made 6 figures a couple years back, you had the job. You had the white collar, golden star medal on your shirt job. You had a job you can brag about. But now with inflation, you can make 6 figures and still not make nearly enough to keep up with your bills. Just because of inflation. And so to make some real meaningful income that can really set you financially, I do recommend you go for the $900 package. Let's see if these pages load. No worries. Okay. Now, after I just fill in your details, you can check out. If you go back, there are like different options as I told you about prior for you to go for. But my recommendation is you do go for that $900 package. Start from there. Okay, so that sums up what I wanted to show you guys for today's live. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section. I do see there are tons of people on Instagram too, so I'm going to drop the link over there for you guys who are viewing on Instagram, so you guys can follow along. Alright, I do see a couple questions here. So how did you set up your funnel? And so after you guys make your purchase, what will happen is there's going to be a small website setup fee, something like $29, $39. And so with that, that's going to give you access to your funnels done for you. And so all you would need to do is you'd click on like the share link, it would end up in your system. And then afterwards, you just change a couple placeholders. And then that is going to be what sets up your funnel. All right, I'm gonna scroll up some more to see other comments. Okay. So that sums up what I wanted to show you guys for the live. Now, if you're viewing this on YouTube, just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're looking at this from Instagram or Facebook, just be sure to follow my profile for any future updates and to catch my next live. So take care, guys. Have a good day.